Hello, people. Hello, people of out there, and welcome to the Des iRacing. Make sure I have this. The DES DES iRacing at ARCA at Bristol. It's going to be certainly an exciting race today, as Bristol is with ARCA. We're going to rattle off the names real quick of the grid, bringing in Mr. Jonathan Medlin.
And in row one, we got pole position, Albert Williams. And to his outside, we're going to have Brock Santa Maria in the number 24 machine. Then we got Todd Perrant and Donald Ristow in row two. Ryan Godfrey on the inside line. Jacob Akers on the outside line for row three. Edwin Warren in the 11 machine, switching over from the 92, and then Stetson Williams in the 34 machine for row four. Scott Kane Jr. in the 80 machine, and Noah Schaus in the 15 machine for row five. John Dowdle and Tanner Honeycutt to make up row six. Mitchell Schaefer and Craig Knoll in row seven. Christian Clark, Austin Knight for row eight. Jonathan Geist in the 32 machine, Tyler Waltz in the 45 machine for row nine. Nicholas Lamb and Zane Hussein in row 10. Row 11 is Brian Smith in the 103 machine, Juan Cobbs Jr. in the 30. Brandon Hinton in 23rd place, Wyatt Hutchins, P24 for row 12. And that'll do it for our starting lineup for ARCA at Bristol with DES iRacing.
You could do that real quick.
Pace car is off, and we're about to go green here at Bristol.
And we have hit the green flag. We've had an even restart for the first two rows. The biggest thing is going to be here, as it is for most tracks, as most short tracks like Dover and Bristol, is going to be keeping your nose clean. Don't you think, Jonathan?
Absolutely, keeping the nose clean, getting away from the dirty air, and it's not really a draft track, so you kind of want to find a groove and get into that groove and just hold your own.
As you see the 25 take a 3-car length lead going into lap 3. It looks like we're keeping it a lot cleaner. Something we do need to mention: our second place person did not actually make the grid, so that is Brock Santa Maria. He is going to start from the pit lane, but knowing Bristol, you have a lot of chances to come back, I would think.
Absolutely, and Brock Santa Maria has shown that he's a very capable driver, and I think that he could work the field and make his way to the front with the times that he was able to run during his qualifying and in practices as well.
I agree with you. As you have the 12 car in the wall, we got massive damage. It looks like got massive damage on the right side. He's going to be able to keep it out. Looks like he is, but that is big damage for being just only 6 laps into the race.
Someone got in the wall up in front of us. That was blocking a little bit. want to get tangled if they come down.
Yeah, the 12 machine, unfortunately, he caught the wall and kind of got glued
Gotcha.
to it.
I was paying attention to your app.
On the fortunate side, though, he was able to hold it up to that upper side of the wall
Thanks, Aaron.
and not have
I'll work it for you.
anybody hit him. So we stayed green here
What
at
was
Bristol as we have crossed over into
Did I
lap
make
8.
sure under caution to twerk it for you?
We got lap 8 as we see the top 5 have broken away from the rest. Top basically 4 has broken away from the rest of the field here. I was talking with some of the drivers before the race, and they mentioned to me that the degradation on these ARCA cars are actually a lot faster than most of these other people. So you don't have most of these other cars. You don't have the extra grip or the extra tire if you need to make a big move. So the biggest thing here is like you said, Jonathan, getting into a groove here and not wasting your tires, wasting your fuel.
Absolutely, and the best way to save tires on this track is, hitting the high line on the straights, working your way into the apex, and it doesn't take a whole lot of braking, but just a minor trail brake to get your car into rotation, and once you get it into rotation, then start rotating back to the high side.
We're gonna go. I was just going through the field here. We're looking at the 99 of Christian Clark, who I had the privilege of talking to before the race. He is currently running in 13th. Looks like he's being hounded for that 13th place by the 64 of John Dottle. Passing at this track is always hard because you want to get that pass done quickly. If you run side by side for 4 or 5 laps, it can do a lot more on your tires than you realize.
Yeah, absolutely. And you want to save tires as best you can. You have to make the right decision on when it's time to make a run for a pass. And John Dottle did exactly that as he has made his way around Christian Clark for the 13th spot, pushing Christian back to the 14th.
As we have a battle for the lead now, we got the 25 Donald Bristow actually being hounded for the lead by the 18 of Albert Williams. As I just mentioned just a moment ago, running side by side like this is definitely an advantage for the people behind him. The 69 of Todd Perrant, Akers, and Williams, as we have a caution out on the track. And it looks like Albert Williams was able to catch that, and people still reckon on turn looks like turn 1. Let's see what happened there with Jonathan.
You good, Stetson?
I can't tell who it was, but it looked like 2 cars got into each other and it spun one sideways.
All right, we're gonna look at the 63 of Craig Knoll.
I gotta read.
I figured it out.
I believe it.
I got a replay right here. Hear my play. Switch your seats.
63 of Craig Knoll was on the bottom side, and it looks like right here we've got the 104 maybe.
Got the 104. Looks like he's going in. Yeah, let's look at the chase view of the 104, please. All right, chase view 104. He's on the outside lane.
And he gets a little slowed up there, and 12 just comes right into his back end.
Fortunate because I'm trying to go far. Looks like he.
Go back to yours.
Looks like the 104 maybe looked down. Let's see. We're gonna look at the 63 of Craig Knoll here. For it looks like as the 63 went down, as he kind of lost it on the front stretch. Also on the front stretch, it checked up the field, and the 104 checked up, and the red car, I couldn't tell what number that was, got into
number 12.
The number 12 got into number 12, spun him, and then just collateral damage. Not a big track here, so unfortunate for them, but they have a faster pair, but it sucks after he's early in this race.
Yeah, absolutely. It's always heartbreaking to have to to use one this early in the race. And from the looks of it, Godfrey and Hutchins are both going to have to use their quick repair on that wreck.
As we have a green flag, as Albert got a huge jump, it has a huge jump into turn 1, clearing them by 3 to 4 car lengths. As we see the 69 of Todd Perrott challenging for that second place on the 25 car. As we have a caution out, there's a caution out already.
You know, that happens at Bristol. You know, them turns come quick, and you know, if anybody has to check up for any reason, then you're going to get into the back of the guy in front of you, and you're going to bring out a caution. But with that caution, oh, let's see, we got looks like Austin Knight and Christian Clark, maybe? No.
Tyler Waltz and Austin Knight.
Yeah, Tyler Waltz and Austin Knight getting into each other. 7 car
got into Edwin Warren, and 45 had no place to go. It was an opening lap, so it was an opening lap incident, so there was not really any place to dive, and it was right in front of him. That really sucks for this. That really sucks for that 45 car. You can see 77 get loose. He tries to, you know, brake, and save it, and the 45 just plows into him. That really plows into him. Nowhere else to go.
All right, and with that caution out, we're gonna take a quick break, let them get everything sorted back, and we'll come back with you right before green.
Hey everybody, sorry for that mix-up. We were stuck on a replay, but we are back live. We're gonna let the normal broadcasters take over. Somebody gets a little squirrely in P6, but thank you for tuning in on YouTube. If you got a favorite driver you're rooting for, shout it out. We'll talk about it on channel.
Apologies for that mix-up, but we had just gone green as the 18 has taken another lead with the 69 of Todd Perrott hot and trails behind him, and behind him we have the 34 of Williams, which has been running around the mid pack of that top 10. But we have someone spinning on the front stretch. That's brought out another caution in this race. Looks like the third. Can you mute us real quick? We are back. We are back at the for the DES race at ARCA race at Bristol. It's been an interesting race so far. We just got off of a caution and now we're about to go green. Green for lap 34. We're going to have about 116 laps to go. As we are green, as a big start on the inside by Albert Williams. That's given the was given the inside the top front to maybe challenge a second. No, he backs out of it. Now it's.
I don't know what it's for.
As we see top front go to the inside of Albert Williams for this lead. Is he going to be able to make the pass here? He going to be able to make the pass here?
Todd Bront is one that is very accustomed to this track. So is Albert Williams.
Never mind.
During the truck series, they were both pretty dominant racers.
I think.
New leader, the 69 of Todd Perrant, while we were away, took the lead from the 18, took the lead from the 18 on the inside. Now the 18 is trying to find a way back inside. Jonathan, you've driven cars, you've been with the ARCA cars. How much of an advantage do you get by beating out front in clean air?
In any car, when you can get out into clean air, you have a huge advantage. But when you've got somebody that close on your rear end as what Albert Williams is to Todd Perrant, it's not a huge advantage, but you do give a little bit of an advantage to the ones pushing behind. Albert Williams on the bottom line trying to take that lead back from Todd Perrant, though.
He is trying to get that clean air back, but as I said before, the more laps you run side by side, this is definitely better for the 18 cars. Definitely better for the 18 cars. The inside line, 69 car, sorry, for that outside line tends not to degrade your tires as much, but every second you run side by side every second you run side by side like this, the people behind you can just catch up because they are just running that. They are just running that line, running that groove. As we have a caution flag, another caution flag out at lap 43.
Oh, and that's a 3-car wreck right there.
I didn't mean to bump you, Ward.
We're going to take
No,
it to
don't worry
break
about
real
it, bro.
quick and get this sorted out, figure out who is involved in this wreck, and we'll be back with you momentarily.
All right, we're gonna look at the replay of last week's winner, Brock Santa Maria. Ooh, looks like I can't tell. I think it's the 82 got loose and then hit the inside
Yeah.
wall, hit the 24.
82 got loose, came washed back up into Brock Santa Maria, and unfortunately Edwin Warren, TRN teammate of mine, got collected up in that and brushed into the wall.
That's what happens at Bristol. They don't call it the last race Coliseum for nothing, do they?
That is absolutely correct. All right, so pace car has got the lights off, and it looks like we're going to be going green this time around.
We still have, it looks like 69 top front took low. We have the 18. We have the 18 of Albert Williams high. The low lines are getting the best thing. I'll let you take the restart, Jonathan.
And it looks like Todd Perron's going to get a good jump on Albert Williams this time, moving himself back into first place. Williams, both Williams are right behind Albert Williams and Sean Williams. And then we got Ristow bringing up fourth and Schaus in fifth.
And that we've seen that low line be getting the best restarts here as we immediately see that 69 car. We see that 69 car if we look at everybody else in the field, they're all running that low line, that 69 car, and some of the other cars behind it are running that middle line. I've been told by a lot of drivers that that middle line can serve tires, but it's not the fastest. As you see the 18 car, is he going to get to the inside? No, but the 18 car is hounding that 69 car. He's not letting him catch any breath looking for this lead. As you see the 18 go to the inside of the lead for inside to Todd Perron. Todd Perron's running that outside line most of the day, so he probably feels more comfortable as 18. As the 18 looks like he's getting a better drive into the corner, and maybe at a turn 2, but that 69 is definitely not letting that 18 scare him. As we have another caution on the track at lap 52.
Everybody remember, big check coming up out of you over the pace. So get him on the front.
And with that caution, we'll take a break, get everything sorted out, and come back with you in just a moment to break it down.
All right, we're going to look at the 106 of Ward Fisher going into turn 2. Pretty normal. He's getting low. Pretty normal exit on the inside of the 32 of Jonathan Geist.
Yeah, it looks like coming back into turn 1 here, he just kind of gets a little bit loose, over throttles it just a touch, and comes down to the bottom. And with iRacing, anytime you cross that bottom line onto the apron, they're going to throw a caution. So we get a caution there. These guys get a little break, line up, sorting everything out, and pace car is going to be dropping down this time around. And we'll be getting a restart with Todd Trant on that bottom line yet again. Albert Williams on the top. Can Albert get a clean restart? He gets a clean restart, but that bottom line just showing that it's had the dominant restart all day, giving Todd Trant time to get back to the high line. He likes running that high line because coming off the exits, you're going to carry more speed on this high line at Bristol. That's why he's been able to stay in front of Albert Williams and not let him get that pass when he gets that low line and gets up door to door with him.
Got some great insight. A lot of people say slow in, fast out, and that's definitely the case here. You can probably drive a lot farther in on that inside line, but that outside line you can carry a lot more speed. You can get the better exit, and that's what pays off at most track.
Yeah, especially short tracks like Bristol, Dover, even some of the corners at Pocono, the tricky triangle. You're going to carry more speed on your pit exit, and that's what you want. You want that speed on pit exit, or I'm sorry, turn exit, not pit exit.
All right, we're going to go look through the top 10 real quick. We got Todd Perrant leading for obviously Albert Williams and Sean Williams. Donald Westall in 25, holding the 4th place. Schaefer 5th place. Noah Schau 6th place. Knight 7th. Smith 8th. Jamie Howell in the 98, 9th, and Jonathan Dowell 10th. Great recovery for Jonathan Dowell, considering he was running in that top 3 earlier.
I'd like to throw something out there with Jamie Howell. Jamie Howell is a good friend. Used to be a teammate at TRN, but he started a new team called Throttle Hoppers Racing for the Oval Track Series. They have been doing a fairly good job, but I just wanted to throw out that he did start a new team in Throttle Hoppers and is representing very well tonight in the ARCA Series.
Definitely running top 10, always getting in the top 10, especially him. I've been looking at him the last 3 weeks. He's been having it's been at them the last 3 weeks. They've been having great success in these oval tracks, and consistent top 10, so definitely what keeps you up there in the points. We're now looking at the third place for Sean Williams as first and second of Todd Perrant and Albert Williams have checked out almost a full second and a half in front of the next two people. It looks like they've running their lines pretty good. Interestingly, it looks like Albert Williams has been making that low line work, even though it could technically the worst line. I mean, the biggest thing about going into these corners, you don't want that dirty air to hit your car, otherwise you go straight at the track. So I'll give a lot of commendations right now for Albert Williams as Perrant goes up the track here. As Albert Williams is going to be able to make a pass for first place as we see someone spinning in the back. Are we going to get a caution for that? No caution as we see. As Todd Perrant as Albert Williams has made that pass for first. We're looking at a replay right now of the 11 car.
Yeah, it looked like the 11 and 24 got into each other a little bit here, and it's going to spin Edwin out. And it, for a second there, when we saw it a moment ago, it looked like it could have been a net code.
As we see, Albert Williams has checked out. Has not really checked out, but has given a good lead on that 69 car. As we had about a 10 lap green flag stint here, which as long as we've had the past few things. Now that 69 is the second place, what do you think of the keys for getting back up there, Jonathan?
Just to continue to run the line that he's been comfortable with all night, try to conserve tires and fuel, and pray for a caution and get up close on a restart again.
We're looking at the battle for fourth. Looking at the battle for, I believe this is fourth place right now between Bristow, Williams, and between Bristow, Schaefer, and Schaus. 4, 5, 6 right now, all running basically nose to tail. Getting any positions here was great. But big thing here is I don't see nobody really has pit these last cautions, so Ty we're definitely coming into force here.
Yeah, absolutely. We mentioned earlier that drivers talk about the fact that the tires wear harder here than most tracks. It's a very short track, and it is very demanding on tires, especially when you're trying to make passes. These guys have been in a 10-lap stint, going on actually 12 laps now, without a caution, and those tires are starting to feel that wear. So I'm going to say probably somewhere within the next 15 to 20 laps, we're going to see some guys maybe start to think about green lap pitting if, we don't get a caution.
Take a look.
As the leader, as we started getting to the lap traffic for the leader, as the 18 has just passed the 36 to Zain Hussein. Another big deal here, lap traffic. Lap traffic can make or break your race, especially at a quick track like this. You gotta know how to go. You gotta know how to weave in and out them. If you let them hit you, get them some minor damage, that can definitely screw up what your feel has been for the good first half of the race, and it could definitely screw up your mental state.
Absolutely. We see that Todd Perront right now is 2.9 seconds behind Albert Williams, as he has gotten caught up. Himself and Sean Williams have gotten caught up by lap traffic, and they're trying to fight to get around him, and lap traffic is trying to fight to get back towards Albert Williams so that they can get back on the lap.
And that's a big thing. You're gonna go, if you get a lap down, make sure you stay the first one lap down, because it's gonna be very hard for you to make up laps at this place. It's very hard to make a laps in this place. You can pray for cautions, but you have to be in the right place when those cautions happen. And sometimes you can be the unlucky factor of just wrong place, wrong time.
I gotta bring in, if we can get a look at the number 5 car, Brandon Hinton. He has moved himself into the top 6 and is moving his way towards Schaefer, trying to make his way into the top 5. Brandon Hinton is a veteran with DES. He is a guy that knows these tracks, knows these cars, knows these trucks, any of the vehicles that he races. He knows lines, and he knows how to make just about any line on any track work. And we are seeing that right now as he is battling for 5th place.
That's great you bring that up. It's great to have you, somebody who's been here a lot longer than I have, able to talk about these drivers. And that's a good point. That's a good point. Really hadn't mentioned Hinton. He was running 12th, 13th most of the race, but I guess he's decided it's time to go, and now he's positioned himself in a place to maybe make a shot at this top 3 here. What do you think?
Absolutely. I mean, Brandon Hinton's one of those guys that if anybody can get up there and make a run for top 3 podium finish, it's Brandon Hinton. Just a little bit more insight to Brandon Hinton. He is the owner of Hinton Motorsports, which is our producer tonight, Mr. Jeff Denda, Todd Perront, Brandon Hinton himself, and his son Dylan Hinton. Those are the 4 team members that make up Hinton Motorsports. Last season, they took down 90% of the first place finishes in the playoffs for the championships in DES racing. So very dominant team, and a team that knows how to get things done for sure.
As I want to mention now, Tyler Waltz, the 45 car, has moved into that 2nd position, as Todd Perront has fallen to 4th. Maybe those tires are starting to maybe those tires are starting to wear on him. But Waltz has cleared himself almost a full straightaway from second and third. Looking at his lap times, he's been running
I'm staying
almost
high.
a
I'm staying
full
high.
second and a half faster than that 18 car. But if we could bring up that 18 car real quick.
So you mentioned Tyler Waltz. We have a nickname for Tyler Waltz. Actually, a couple of nicknames. The Magic Man and Watts. He's electric. And he is another one, veteran of DES that knows how to get things done, knows how to run lines, and like Brandon Hinton, he can find lines on a track that you didn't know existed and show you this line works.
As I want to talk about that 18 car, who looks like it's straight a little bit, that 45 gets a little bit into the wall there. Talking about that 18 car ahead of 45, he's running almost a full. Looks
2.5 to 3 seconds.
2.5, 3 seconds faster, but notably that they running about equal lap times. That the 18 is actually catching the mid pack. So instead of having clear view to the person ahead of you or a clear view of the track, he is now having to go through lap traffic, and lap traffic notoriously at Bristol can be really hard. I'm sure you can speak from experience.
Yeah, when you're dealing with lap traffic, I mean, like if I'm the one that's getting lapped, honestly, I would feel horrible if I ruined the race of somebody who's running faster than me. So typically I'm gonna take a high line, take a low line, let them by.
As notably, we're coming up to lap 100. During our, I guess you could say, pre-race meeting, we tested how long you should go on a lap. It was about 100 laps. Now, we've had quite a few cautions in the past 100 laps. So when do you think the first takers to pit road here are?
Well, like I said, back around lap 78, I figured 15 to 20 laps, these guys would be looking to come in, fuel up, get fuel for the end of the race, and also get onto fresh tires. Honestly, I mean, I figure probably somewhere around I'm gonna say now probably somewhere around 115, 120 would set them up with 30 laps to go, fresh tires, and put everybody in a good-looking position. But a little bit of an incident right here
of Edwin, who's unfortunately been caught up in a lot of incidents today.
Yeah, and he scrubbed that wall pretty hard, lost his front bumper. Looked like he might have lost a wheel too.
But yeah, I can looking at the track around the track right now as our voice looking at the track right now. Definitely, you can see people having to catch it on the straights, and cars wiggling around. That tire wear is definitely coming to bite some of these people, as I can expect.
That's Edwin's incident, if we want to take a look at it, Jeff. No.
And Brandon Hinton running the line with him, kind of trying to stay with him as they work their way through lap traffic here, getting around Christian Clark in the 99 machine.
No, we're gonna talk about strategy now. I know this is something we talked about a minute ago, but we're going on lap 110. Got 40 laps to go, and I can imagine you'll have a lot longer on fuel. If you are, let's say, Tyler Waltz or Williams, someone who is 3-4 seconds behind the leader, what do you want to do pit strategy wise to try and maybe catch that leader off guard?
Honestly, try to undercut the leader and make the first move to get into the pits. That way, when the leader does pit, you set yourself up in a position to try to get into first and hold it.
Where's the entry? Is it on the backstretch?
As the leader, Albert Williams has lapped up to seventh place. So that leader, Albert Williams, who's only 3 seconds ahead of Waltz, has definitely checked out from the rest of the people. I imagine he pits the next first, second, last. But the biggest thing here is going to see when Waltz pits, when Williams pits, when Hinton pits, when Lamb pits, and see if they can get a good outlap, maybe get past some traffic, and maybe challenge the 18 car for the lead.
Yeah, and as we were sitting there talking about the leaders of the pack and their pit strategies, Christian Clark, I noticed coming down the pits, and it looks like we've got somebody else coming into pit road as well. So we've got some of these guys that are starting to cycle into the pits, and I think we're going to see more as we go through the next 5 to 10 laps cycle in as well, including our leaders.
Definitely, that is 102 of Wood Fisher, 98 of Jamie Howell. We were talking about him earlier. Another thing for these cars, you may see a lap down. Now that they pit, they're going to be running 2 to 3 seconds faster. They will be able to unlap themselves. And once the 18 car pits, they'll be running a lot faster.
PMP.
You're absolutely right about that. Getting a little picture-in-picture action here. And but you're right. The one thing is, whoever is a lap down, if you can't get back on the lead lap by being a few seconds faster with tires, if a caution comes out on this track, which is very likely with these guys being on loose tires, it's going to give them an opportunity at that point when some of your leaders go down pit road to unlap themselves.
Noticing some more pitch strategy here. Looks like Todd Perrant. Noticing some pitch strategy here. Looks like Todd Perrant has entered the pits. Noah Charles, Brandon Smith, Juan Cobbs entered the pits. Now just the top 5 who have yet to pit. Schaefer is just coming out of the pits. So we have 5 people who have not yet pitted. And we could talk about going to pit the few laps here, but they really haven't pitted yet. All right, looks like that 64 car, Jonathan Dotto, finally came for his stop. Now we just have Williams, Waltz, Hinton, and Lamb yet to pit.
Yeah, and some of these guys are starting to get their laps back, and it's going to cycle its way out. They're going to get their laps back, and it's a matter now of when are these top 4 going to pit. None of them want to come in because none of them want to give up their position.
See John Dotto coming out in, looks like 9th You see him coming out the pits right there in 9th place. We see Hinton getting past Christian Clark, and you got 25 there. We're gonna see how much faster that 25 car. Look at him coming right here. Can run the corner way better. And it's gonna be. I'm so surprised that these people. I didn't know you could save this much fuel, but I'm so surprised these people have not yet pitted.
Yeah, you know. So, fuel, most of them are going to be fine on because of the pits that they were able to make during the earlier cautions. The tires is where the worry comes from. And as you can see, Brandon Hinton's getting passed by some of these lapped guys who are on fresher tires. But, you know, he was running back in like 15th, 16th for most of the early part of the race, and he has worked his way up to 3rd. But the thing that I want to allude to with Brandon Hinton is a clutch master. This guy can save fuel where you wouldn't think fuel could be saved. I've seen him come in on fumes to win a race, and even in the post-race interview, tell you I was on fumes. Like if I would have had to have gone one more lap, there was no way I was making it. But he can conserve fuel in ways that most guys are just like, you can do that.
As we're going to come back to the lead of Albert Williams, you're seeing all these cars on way better tires. As we see here is coming to the pits. Our leader Albert Williams are coming to the pits. Let's see if the 40. I'm watching the 45 car right now. Let's see if he's going to come to the pit. Nope, he is going to stay out on track and reclaim this lead. Let's see if anybody else are takers. Nope.
I'm surprised that Hinton did not come into the pits. I would say Brandon Hinton's probably going to call into the pits this time around.
All right, looking at the leader, Tyler Waltz, coming to the backstretch. Is he going to come in? Nope. He is going to stay out. He is going to stay out as we're watching the 24 car in the pits.
Brandon Hinton also electing to stay out at this time. So that's going to put Hinton in 2nd, Waltz in 1st, Nicholas Lamb holding 3rd. Cobbs is going to be in 4th. And he is the first of many cars to be a lap down. And then, of course, Albert Williams now 2 laps down, as well as Akers, Sean Williams, Todd Perrant, Donald Howell, all 2 laps down.
Notably, with this all cycles out, Juan Cobbs actually going to be in front of Albert Williams. Now, the big thing for that is Juan Cobbs has about maybe 15, 20 lap older tires than that. Maybe 15, 20 lap older tires than that. 20 laps than that 30, than an 18 car. So we're gonna have to see the 18 car maybe track down Juan Cobbs, or just a masterful call on Cobbs' part, or by some act of God, are we gonna see Tyler Waltz? Are we gonna Tyler Waltz and Brandon Hinton stretch tires out the whole race to claim this win? As we're gonna come to 10 laps to go here.
Yeah, I mean. This short of a track, I would be extremely surprised if Waltz and Hinton could hold on for 9 more laps to take a win. With as fast as Williams is able to run, I think he could catch him.
As you see, Williams just got his first lap back. But as you see, just got his first lap back, and you make a good point. I'm going to check Albert Williams' lap time. It just ran a 15.4 last one. Brandon Hinton's lap time was a 16.4, so lapping a whole second faster. Now, notably, you run 16-second, ish laps on this track. So, 16-second-ish laps on this track. So, will they have enough time to catch up to him? Is the real question.
Our producer letting us know that Waltz, Hinton, and Lamb are in plans to stretch their fuel out the rest of the way, stretch the tires, and try to make this run. And as long as they can stay clean, I mean, it would be hard for Williams to, lap. I'm sorry, I was watching Waltz there, making sure he wasn't going to
Yeah.
have an incident because that was getting a little hairy. But
We're coming to 5 laps to go here.
it with with Waltz and Hinton, I mean, they're gonna run clean. They're gonna hold to a certain line, and let the faster traffic by. The thing about Williams is he's got 1 lap down, but he's got to unlap that lap and then make it around another lap
Take the bottom there.
in order to take the lead.
As we're coming to 3 laps to go here, I'm surprised that they've been able to stay out this long, as Hinton has actually closed the gap-ish to Waltz. It went about 3 seconds to 2 seconds. Now it's 1.2 seconds. You mentioned earlier that Hinton was big on the clutch, but I don't know how he's gonna do here.
So we're getting word that Hinton and Waltz have both conserved enough fuel that they can actually run now. The question is with Lamb and Juan Cobbs Jr., if they're going to be able to have enough stretched out to make the finish of the race.
45 just took the white flag, and I believe that was the checkered flag, as I believe that was the checkered flag, as we were a little bit behind, as Tyler Waltz takes his first win of the season, stretching out tires 150 laps, which is as impressive as I've ever seen for anybody. Our top 10 is going to be Waltz, Hinton, who, as you mentioned, has finished second after running back most of the race. Lamb, Cobbs, Williams, both Williams, Dartle, Perrant, Akers, and Howell. That is a masterful job by Tyler Waltz, don't you think?
Oh, absolutely. Tyler Waltz, Brandon Hinton, and Nicholas Lamb, all 3 doing a wonderful job staying out past everybody's pits, getting themselves into the podium finishes and just holding their own, conserving fuel, making it work on old tires, and solidifying 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, it's just good plain racing there.
I think Tyler Waltz is in the Discord. We're gonna try and get him in here for an interview real quick. And as we say that, it looks like no, he's still in here. Tyler Waltz, congratulations on a masterful podium finish, P1. Man, take us through your thoughts through the final few laps. When I know tires were worn, speeds were slower, and you're running out of fuel.
Luckily enough, the last caution we got, I pit, so I was good on gas. As long as I could maintain the tires, I knew I'd be good.
I'm gonna ask this. You were still running really competitive lap times compared to everybody else. What was your keys right there for saving tires, and how did the tires feel towards the end there when you were trying to go through lap traffic?
Well, they felt terrible. And once everybody pitted and they were just blown by me, it was really just trying to stay out of everybody's way, keep it green, because I knew if we could keep it green, I didn't think Brandon could catch me.
The question, the big question was Albert Williams going to be able to unlap himself that final lap down and make it back around as fast as he was running most of the race to be able to catch you and Brandon and get back into the P1, but he was not able to do that. You were able to secure the win tonight. Congratulations. It's always a pleasure to see Watts back up being electric.
Yes, sir. Dude, for a second, I thought Albert wasn't gonna. I thought he was gonna be able to go 150. I was like, man, there's no way. Then with 20 to go, he pit, and I was like, well, here's my shot.
Certainly paid off.
Masterful job by you. Massive job by you, Tyler Waltz. Congratulations on the win, and thank you for the interview.
Yes, sir. Appreciate you guys. Awesome broadcast. I'll go back and watch it later.
Right on, and that's Tyler Waltz. That is our P1, our winner tonight here at Bristol. Now I think we're going to get number 2, Brandon Hinton, in here for an interview.
Number 2.
The man, the myth, the legend, Brandon Hinton in the booth, ARCA Series, P2 finish. Congratulations, man, on a podium finish. Starting off in the back of the field, take us through your early part of the race, trying to set yourself up to get up to the front.
It wasn't easy being in the back. I just was taking my time the first part and letting the cautions play out and everything. And then I pitted there the last caution, and that really benefited me. I was able to take advantage of the fresh tires and run those guys down and just get to the front.
I want to mention this because it happened in the broadcast. Jonathan was shouting you out, talking about don't count them out, and sure enough, you finished second. Sure enough, you finished second. So I want to congratulate you on that. When going through that beginning part of the race, as you said, did you think you'd be ending up P2 here, or with the race since the beginning of the race? How did you save tires, save fuel? What was the hardest part about that?
Yeah, for everybody that knows, I like green flag run. Long green flag runs are my benefit. So when we were able to stay green, I was able to run those guys down. And I had the fresher tires being back there, but I still had to pass everybody. So the long green flag run played into my hands, and tried to run down Tyler. If maybe 5 more laps, maybe I was starting to see him. But good. Congratulations on the win for him. And but 0X being in the back and gaining all those spots and a long green flag run at Bristol is pretty awesome.
Yeah, absolutely. You say a long green flag run at Bristol. Anytime that you get to see, 15, 20, 30 laps of green flag racing at Bristol, it's always a bonus and brings in the excitement of what Bristol can really allow. Again, congratulations on P2 podium finish. And, hey, that's good points for Hinton Motorsports right there.
Yeah, I appreciate it. And thanks for what you guys do and putting on the broadcast and running this ARCA series. This car's a lot of fun to run, and I'm glad you guys did it.
I want to say, but first I want to say thank you, Brandon Hinton, for your interview day, and congratulations on a good P2 finish.
Thank you, guys. Appreciate it.
Oh, thank you, guys. I'd like to say my shout out for everybody that shows up here today, and this was a great race. I had fun. My shout outs are Seed Squatch, Muck Sticky, and DES for putting on this event.
Nicholas Lamb, man, hey, thank you for being here. Thank you for the shout outs. Third place finish, podium finish here at Bristol. Man, that was a battle. I know that was a battle for you guys out there tonight. Great job getting up there and holding in the front of the pack. I know you ran top 10 most of the night. Take us through the final 20 laps and, the decision to try to stay out there and make it around on old tires and running low on fuel.
That was a very tough decision. I was on the set I was given with the beginning of the race. I just was trying to save my stuff the whole time, run the bottom. I didn't want to run the top because it would chew up your tires even quicker. I just was running the bottom the whole race just to try to save the right front. At the end of the race, the right front was like 33 or 39%. And it was tough to drive there the last 20 laps for sure. I had the back way off, use a lot of brake, get a turn, and squeeze the throttle up off. Not even full throttle, come up off like 50%, and then back off in the next corner.
Well, I am live now, and I'm going to jump in. Nick, I don't know what you prefer. We had some people cheering for you on the YouTube feed. Not only your fans, but some other guys cheering you on. You actually have the top points finish for the guys in this season, so those first two guys' points are zeroed out. So congratulations, P3, but actually it's P1 in the points for these guys. You guys in the chase for ARCA points, so congratulations.
Thank you very much. That's some very good news. I didn't
I
know how
want
that
to
worked.
I want to bring us back to the end of that race. Though we were comparing notes and talk about strategy, and we mentioned that you are questionable to finish on fuel. So what was the car feeling like on fuel towards the end there?
Oh, it was I was the last lap. I was half throttle. I knew I had a big gap because fourth was in front of me a lap down. So I was just laying off, letting the car roll, picking it up, not even giving it full throttle down the straightaway, just so I can make it to the checkered. I was spitting and sputtering crossing the line.
So you literally brought it across the line on fumes.
Yep.
Okay. Congratulations, Nicholas Lamb. Thank you for popping in and letting us get an interview with you. Great job tonight. Congratulations again on P3.
Thank you very much.
That'll do it for Carter Hayden and myself, Jonathan Medlin at Bristol and the ARCA Series. Don't forget, Friday night, we will be starting the rest of our oval season. We've got Friday night, we've got the Next Gens at Daytona. Saturday night, we'll have Contender Series and Premier Series trucks at Daytona. And then Sunday, we'll have the O'Reilly cars at Daytona. It's a full feature weekend of Daytona Super Speedway for all of our oval series cars. Come out, check us out, and enjoy the races this weekend. It's going to be a blast.
For DSI Racing, for me and Jonathan, we want to wish you all a good night, and make sure to tune in next week for our race for our DS ARCA Racing at Gateway. Make sure to check out our Friday night next gen leagues and our Saturday truck leagues are going to be starting this weekend.